We have breaking news in Anderson County. The coroner responding to a crash overnight. It happened around 2 this morning on Lee Dobbins Road at Michelin Boulevard. The coroner says a vehicle hit a pedestrian. We're told the case is a hit and run. We're working to get you more information. We'll have an update for you on WSPA.com.
More breaking news. A man was hit and killed this morning in Cherokee County. The coroner tells us it happened around 3:25 on I-85 under the Pleasant School Road Bridge. We're told multiple callers reported a naked man standing in the roadway. The coroner says the man was struck by at least 2 trucks. Anyone with information about a missing person or this incident is asked to call 864-487-6225. And a 7 News.
You're watching 7 News with the breaking news update now. A man has now died after a fight outside of an upstate restaurant.
Greer police say the fight happened earlier this month at the Copper River Grill on Wade Hampton Boulevard in Greer. The Spartanburg County coroner now says 39-year-old Blakely McConnell was pronounced dead at Spartanburg Regional last night. The coroner's office is investigating the death as a homicide. Greer police have charged Zakid Razakov with assault and battery. After the fight happened, they say the case is still under investigation. The Anderson County coroner says human remains discovered tonight are those of a man who disappeared Tuesday morning. Sheriff's office says a caller found that body behind a storage building around 7 this evening. The coroner now says the remains are those of David Jeremiah Smith, who was reported missing yesterday morning. Deputies say they do not believe there's any threat to the community.
Also new at noon, Gaffney police say they've arrested a woman accused of breaking into storage units. Officers arrested Mandy Campbell yesterday in Blacksburg. Police say this was part of an ongoing investigation after several storage unit break-ins in May and this month. Campbell faces 9 counts of burglary 3rd degree. We're told she may face more charges. If you have any information, you're asked to call Gaffney police at 864-206-3334. All right, thanks, Nicole. New at noon, a woman will spend 30 years in prison for the death of a young mother in Greenville County. The 13th Circuit solicitor says 54-year-old Dion Dobbs was found guilty of a murder by a jury on Monday. Prosecutors say Dobbs fired shots into a car that was leaving the scene of a large fight on Staunton Bridge Road in September 2022. 24-year-old Jukia Babb was a passenger in the car and died in the shooting. We're told cell phone videos showed Dobbs firing the gun.
All right, Pete, thank you. Well, this week on WSPA Plus, we look back at a murder case in Spartanburg. There's plenty of deception, red flags, and possible suspects, but police need one more clue to find the killer. That's where you come in. Toby Wynn was shot and killed driving a cab in December of 1991. In the decades that followed, investigators have tracked down what may have been his final passenger. They may also have a motive, but something just doesn't add up just yet. Police say witnesses' stories are full of holes and several people are not telling the truth.
So there's a lot of dishonesty here. There are a lot of red flags here, but it's your problem, I guess, Captain Hillers, is trying to pin down which dishonesty is the one that's the red flag that points you to an actual killer.
That's correct. And there's not a link that's found between these groups. They all could have different reasons, to include being the murderer themselves.
So can you help police connect the dots and find a killer? Here's how. You can catch every Unsolved Upstate episode and more tonight on the WSPA Plus app. To find a WSPA Plus, all you got to do, search WSPA on your smart TV. It's available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Be ready, and then finally we were ready and we left. And it was swift and dangerous, but we're here.
That's an Upstate assistant principal just thankful to be safe at home. She and her family spent days trapped in Syria during vicious fighting.
7 News' Lauren Miller was at GSP when family and friends welcomed them home.
Wrapped in an American flag, Desiree Gomez, her husband, and her 18-month-old came home. They were visiting relatives in Syria when violent clashes suddenly erupted in the region, trapping them in the middle of violence with no safe way out.
We were in the middle of the city originally. We were there for about 3 or 4 days for the fighting. Then we moved to safety, and that safety was very safe, but it was surrounded by not safe.
Desiree says as soon as things got bad, they contacted family.
It's kind of difficult to organize your own kind of rescue in the middle of mortars and things blasting all around you.
The nonprofit Gray Bull Rescue launched the high-risk mission. With the help of passwords, codes, complex tactics, and taking secret roads, they successfully pulled the family out.
We start working the streets, and basically what we have to do is build a mousetrap in such a way where we can guarantee safety of these Americans who are stuck as the crow flies not far, but the route that we have to take is going to be 4, 5, 6 hours of time through multiple different areas controlled by multiple different groups. This is very delicate stuff. This is pickup sticks.
Gray Bull says they're familiar with Syria, but this was a difficult and a dangerous mission.
This part of the world we're very familiar with. Joke's on us, wasn't so simple. The situation on the ground is hard to understand as Americans. The sectarian violence is on a medieval scale. People are, this latest round of absolute just murder.
Armed militias, including ISIS-affiliated groups, took control of the area, cutting off communication and filling the streets with gunfire, which made the rescue even more difficult.
Whenever we would get communication, they would say, okay, we're coming, be ready, and we were ready, and then it wasn't working out on their end for safety reasons or whatever, and then be ready, and then finally we were ready and we left, and it was swift and dangerous, but we're here, so that's what really matters.
And it was an emotional homecoming. With her husband and baby, Desiree, the vice principal of Lyman Elementary, was greeted by her students and, of course, friends and family. Her mother says if it was not for Gray Bull, she does not believe she would be standing here, saying the rescue was something out of a movie.
They were able, when they had a window, and they were able to go in and actually start the move for the rescue. We were given instructions, no phone usage at all. And that was probably the most difficult part of this journey. We're just excited, and I can't wait to see my baby.
Well, the family tells us they're just happy to be home, and they're excited to embrace their family and kids. In Greenville, Lauren Miller, 7 News.
Rescue was supported by Senator Lindsey Graham and Senator Tim Scott's offices.
Malachi, thank you. Hurricane season almost 2 months in already, and utility companies across South Carolina are not waiting for the first storm to strike.
They're getting ready now. 7 News State House reporter Caroline Yaffa shows us what crews are already doing to keep the lights on and keep you safe when severe weather hits.
The Emergency Management Division knows hurricanes all too well, but so do utility companies like Santee Cooper, Dominion Energy, and Duke Energy. And they're not waiting until a hurricane hits. The preparation has already started.
We pride ourselves on learning from every event that we respond to.
Power utility company Santee Cooper is urging customers to have smart meters, which are devices in your home that let the company know when you lose power.
Generally, those smart meters are going to let us know when your neighborhood is out, when your house is out, so we know where we need to respond. That's been one of our biggest upgrades over the past few years and has proven very helpful.
Dominion Energy says they are continuing to replace wooden poles that may be broken with more sturdy steel poles.
It's technology that essentially allows us to better remotely control power and switch it around. If, for instance, a line were to be damaged by a fallen tree, we can use this technology to route it around the damage and therefore reduce the impact from that tree falling and help our customers.
And Duke Energy is continuing to work on satellite communication and strengthening their grid.
We want to make sure that we get the communications out there, we get the word out there before a major event, and that we're responding as quickly and safely as we can.
Energy companies say this is a year-round preparation process.
Throughout the year, our crews will be out in the field working with contractors to trim back vegetation, maintain the lines, make sure to reduce the likelihood of that.
We encourage our customers to do year-round, but especially as we move into hurricane season, is just to be aware and to be ready, to make sure that you and your family, your business is prepared for the potential of an extended outage, because it happens.
All three companies say even though we are in hurricane season, it's never too late to prepare. In Columbia, Caroline Yaffa, 7 News.
And for more information on how your power company is preparing, what they're doing specifically, find this story at WSPA.com.